Leadership Development in Difficult Times.
Well, welcome to the 10th session in terms of leadership, personality versus character. What we're attempting to do is give churches that are in lockdown, can't physically meet together, give them some material that they can use in leadership development. So it's all based on a whole series of studies. This is only just the introduction section. The entire study runs to some 800 pages. That's why it's provided by an electronic file, but it will be extremely useful in your church for your leadership development. Leadership personality versus character wasn't specifically made for pandemic times. It was written as a general tool and help for churches and leadership development, but it's become extremely useful at this time. The topic in chapter 10 is when all seems to implode. How do we respond when the great dreams have just gone or seemingly gone and everything seems to be against us? David went through that. In fact, he went through it more than once. And it wasn't that he didn't learn the lesson the first time round. So there are great lessons from David's life and leadership to learn when we face those situations where everything seems to be imploding. Let me share with you the brief of chapter 10, headed When All Seems to Implode, and the subheading is A King on the Run. Here's the brief. How do we respond when all seems to have collapsed around us and all we've laboured for seems in ruins? It is in these testing times that we learn who truly should be in charge, and we revisit the birthing mould of humility that will produce new leadership abilities. There are 20 studies in this chapter 10, and you'll find each of them will add something as a dimension to your leadership development. Let me give you three of the titles in the chapter about when all seems to implode. One of the sessions is learning the lesson twice, because it occurred twice to David. Another is respecting authority is absolute. Another is don't engage in war of revenge. So they're all interesting. In chapter 10, there are 20 studies. And the worksheets that you can run to approximately 3 or 4 pages, most of them 3. So you've got the notes generally, then you've got sections of scriptures they've got to look up, great maxims to think about, talk with their friends. And then there's some section on final reflection on issues, and a bit of a structure to fill out so that they're actually doing something with the material that they're being exposed to. You'll find it useful. You'll find that it's adaptable to all of your leadership. As it was with David, so in our lives, the very worst can bring out the very best. Sometimes situations take us right back and almost we seem so vulnerable and naked in God's sight, but yet He can develop us through the worst of times to produce the best within each and every one of us. One of the things we're encouraging you to do is to share this entire series of 12. 12 will be the next one I have to do, the last one, but sharing it with your friends. So if you haven't seen all of them, go to my YouTube channel, go to YouTube, Ivan Herald, and then have a look. And in my leadership section, you'll see all of the YouTube clips relating to leadership, personality versus character, and refer them on to your friends, especially those in ministry. As we come to a conclusion, you know that you can contact us by email. The recognition of that email site's coming up on the screen now. Also check out our website, ozfame.com. And we trust that you'll have a great week. Be blessed in your leadership development and your church life in general. God bless you.